What's up? Today we're going to talk about the etiquette of parasailing rides. First rule, you need to make sure you understand the rules. Rules I will explain shortly. Number 2, you need to make sure you do not panic. If you want to face your fears of heights, make sure you can actually function properly and not panic in the middle of the air once you're up there. Now, what kind of conditions do you need to have to be able to do this? First of all, legs. Your legs, your hips, you're gonna need to be able to run out, and then you're gonna need to be able to land. Maybe not perfectly soft, you're gonna be able to land. You need to be able to pull that cord all the way down to your shoulder and keep it there for a couple seconds. Besides that, it's all good. Probably the most important rule of all is make sure you follow their instructions. There's 2 things you need to do besides having fun. Number 1, there's going to be a colored ribbon on your left side. You're going to have to pull when they tell you and let go when they tell you.
Okay? Until you hear the whistle. Let it go.
You let go.
Let it go. And that's the way to.
What I meant when I said make sure you understood the instructions. That's some people that look Mexican or are Mexican, but it's a second generation situation where your Spanish isn't the best. Especially the Middle Eastern, Indian, Egyptian people that look like us but don't speak our language. They will assume you speak Spanish because, you know, we share the great facial features, you know, the great thick eyebrows and the strong profile, you know. We look alike in the best way. They will assume, that happened once, they assumed a guy spoke Spanish. The guy did not correct them. Gave him the instructions. He said yes. He did not land safely. There was an incident a couple minutes ago with one of the passengers here. She was fumbling with her phone. She asked if she could take her phone out. She said yes. Whistle number 1, you pull. You pull on the left so you can start aiming towards the beach, and 2 whistles you let go. Pull, aiming towards the beach. Let go. She's doing great. She's doing just fine. A little rougher landing than usual, but there we go. See, that is a ride done correctly. That is a successful ride. Instructions followed. She did not take her cell phone, which is good. You can, but that's the same question that other lady said a couple minutes ago. What happened with this old lady? She asked if she could bring her phone. They said yes. However, she did not have a case for it, so she had her phone in her hand. No case, no thread, no nothing, no string, no nothing. Just in her hand, which made her not only fumble when she needed to pull the cord down, in those vital moments to pull the cord down, but also made her not be able to properly pull down the cord, which made her unable to land on the beach the first time and was about to go in the water. Now, is that safe? Of course, they can land in the water. However, they end up losing if that happens. If the parachutes get wet, they're unable to fly. And if they're unable to fly, well, these guys lose business. They end up losing business because someone's ineptitude. And that is just not fair. But she did not land in the water. That was not the case. They ended up just giving her another little tour so she could go back around and land properly, and I stress properly. And of course, you bet they charged her. Once she landed, her and her husband were upset because they were being charged an extra little tour. Well, of course they did. You burned up their gas, you burned up their fuel, and you took time away from other clients that they have. Their defense was, I asked if I could take my cell phone. You said yes. Where they responded, ma'am, you could take your cell phone. People take their cell phones every single day. Almost every single little tour. Every single little ride. But you also need to be capable of following the instructions. If you're incapable, then just don't do it. There we go, kiddo. There you go. Come on, you can do it. Yeah! Woo! Derecho, campeón. Good job, kiddo. Look, can something go wrong? Yes, the worst thing that could happen is you land safely in the ocean by their part. If you mess up, and if you land on a palm tree, and if you land on a sunbed or on a boat or whatever, well, it's not their fault. And it shouldn't be their fault, and they shouldn't answer, or their jobs or their income be affected by you. So if you're too drunk, if you're not physically capable, or if you're just too inept to do something very simple, then I suggest you just stay in your house and just don't do anything.